You can now use the discount code RAM at SpeedCube shop to get 5% off your order, support my channel as well as get a shoutout at the end of my latest video. A sponsorship is a thing that every single cuber dreams to have. Whether it's for their social media or their very fast speed cubing skills, a sponsorship is something that every cuber works towards. Hey guys, it's me Ram here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys my best tips on how to get sponsored as well as asking some special guests to give their thoughts on the same. So as you guys know, recently I got on Team SpeedCube shop. I'm very grateful to be a part of the team, but here's what makes it more rewarding for me. It didn't happen overnight. It took me over 4 years of consistent hard work and making of videos that brought me here. So let me start out with the first part of getting a sponsorship, making quality videos. Now I'm not going to go too much in depth about this because there are already quite a few good videos on how to make quality cubing videos. But there are two videos in particular I'd recommend watching, one of them by JF Cubing and the other one by the Lowdown on Cubing. I'll link both of these videos in the description below because they have some very useful tips in it. But there is one very underrated tip I've noticed that a lot of people don't talk about. Right before you apply for a sponsorship, your latest YouTube video should be something amazing. Let's say you're a very fast speedcuber and you're applying for your speed. Then your latest video should basically be a really fast average in your main event. However, let's say you're a content creator. Then your latest video should be something that you've been working on for a very long time and have put a lot of effort into. Most companies tend to look at the latest YouTube videos of their applicants first. Therefore, if you've heard the saying first impression is the last impression, you know exactly what I mean. Now let's get into the second part of getting sponsored, which is writing an application. If you're just gonna write something like, oh, please sponsor me because I have a YouTube channel or I love cubing, obviously you're not gonna get in. Your sponsorship application must be detailed and have a lot of thought put into it. Let me give you guys an example by telling you guys about the layout of my application. I started out by introducing myself and telling SpeedCube shop where I'm from, about my channel, about my other social media platforms and about my main event and WCA results. I then spoke about what I like about SCS as a store, which in my case was the quick and friendly customer service and the cosmic cubes obviously. I then spoke about why I am a good fit for Team SpeedCube shop, where I mentioned that I could provide value to the store because I really appreciated what they do for the community in general. And finally I spoke about what sets me apart from other applicants, which in my case is basically despite the fact that I have a very active channel and I try to upload very consistently and often, I'm still trying to get world class at 2x2 and I am able to get some pretty great times. Now I'm not going to go too much in depth about this because Cuberzz is also going to talk a lot more about applications. However, there's also one more underrated tip I'd like to give you guys, and that is to have someone proofread your application. Sometimes humans can make the silliest errors, and having someone to proofread your application is just a short way to know that you don't have too many mistakes. If you can, try and ask someone who is already sponsored to proofread your application. It really helps. In my case, Cuberzz was kind enough to proofread and correct errors. Now the third and final part of getting a sponsorship is how you're going to promote the store. A sponsorship isn't just about getting free cubes. It's a two-way deal between the store and you. Of course, you need to do things like link the store in the description of all of your YouTube videos and mention them in all of your social media posts. But there are also other things such as wearing their merch at all official and online competitions. Essentially, this comes down to you. If you can think of a more unique way to promote the store in a way that it doesn't come off as spam, good for you. You get extra brownie points for that, I guess. Try and promote your sponsor store as much as possible and try and get as many people as possible to use your discount code. So that's about it for tips from my end about sponsorships. However, I've also got 3 very special guests to talk about the same. As our first guest here, we've got GuardCube. Laurie Guard, aka GuardCube, is a British YouTuber who's also a fellow member of Team SCS. Let's hear what he has to say about sponsorships.
Hey everyone, I'm GuardCube and I'm going to be talking today a bit about sponsorship. So, I have quite a lot of views on sponsorship. Obviously, I'm really lucky to be sponsored by speedcubeshop.com, and I actually got sponsored at quite a low number of subscribers at about 500, which was incredible. And this might seem a bit hypocritical coming from me, but I would say try not to focus too much on sponsorship. So you probably hear that a lot, but this is why. If you get really focused on sponsorship, the quality of your videos is just going to go so far downhill because you're going to be so driven to try and get the attention of a company and to try and make videos that a sponsor will like, that you won't make videos that people will like. First and foremost, you've got to make videos that you yourself would like to watch. And if you're constantly trying to plug someone else, that's not going to be helpful. I think to get sponsored, you've got to sit back and enjoy the ride of YouTube. You've got to try to make videos that are the best you can make them. You've got to learn, you've got to gain experience, and you've got to develop to the point where you're worth sponsoring. So, make a lot of videos. That's the first thing. you have to make lots of videos to get sponsored. You need to show that you're committed to making videos and that you're experienced, that you're mature, and that you're in it for the long run. Play around, use different styles of videos, styles of thumbnails, try new things, try making jokes, try loads of different types of content. I myself have tried all sorts and I've finally settled on a style that I like. The next thing is to try and make your videos your own, because one of the most commonly asked questions from sponsors to a potential candidate is, what makes you unique? What sets you apart? And lots of people struggle to answer this. For me, I would say it's my unique editing style. I try to be as professional with my editing as I can, even though I'm only a small channel. And this makes my content more engaging, I hope. And in general, editing is important. Try to make your videos engaging and interesting to watch. A general rule of thumb that I like to follow is every 10 to 20 seconds, you should have something other than just video on screen. Otherwise, people will get bored. So yeah, make your videos different, because if you're the same as everyone else, you can't expect to be sponsored. Make lots of content, because you need to show that you're worth it and you're in it for the long game. And when you feel that you are ready, and only then, find a company that you think you can offer them something and you can get something in response, write a good email to them, and see what happens. And if it doesn't go to plan, don't worry about it. I got rejected 2, maybe 3 times by other companies before SpeedCube Shop accepted my sponsorship. But yeah, try not to focus on sponsorship too much, just see where YouTube takes you, and you may get there. I never expected to be sponsored when I started my channel, and yet here I am today talking to you guys, so anything can happen.
Thank you so much to GuardCube for the valuable thoughts. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Now I'd like to call upon Cuberzz to share his thoughts. Cuberzz is also a fellow Team SpeedCube Shop member and really needs no more introduction. Therefore, let's just get right into hearing what he has to say.
Hey everyone, it's Cuberzz here, a fellow member of Team SpeedCube Shop. So I've been sponsored by SpeedCube Shop since about July 2020 when I had about 500 subscribers. So today I'm going to be giving some tips on how to get sponsored. Firstly, it's just to be patient. I know a lot of YouTubers get sponsored when they have low sub counts. Like, my friend Cuberzz got sponsored at 100 subs. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking that, hey, if they can get sponsored at 100 subs, maybe I can too. But it's okay, be patient. Don't be too upset if you don't get offered a sponsorship when you're a small YouTuber. Keep at it and don't give up. And maybe when you have a couple hundred subscribers or even a couple thousand subscribers and you think you are worthy of a Team SES sponsorship, then you can apply and give it your best shot. And who knows, maybe then you'll be accepted. Just don't be too stressed about getting a sponsorship early on. It might take a while to get sponsored, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so this second tip is mainly for Team SpeedCube Shop, but I'm pretty sure it applies to other cubing stores as well. It's just that I'm not really familiar with those stores. Basically, just make sure you put a lot of effort into your application. Like seriously, write as much as you can think of. Don't just restrict yourself to typing YouTuber XX69 with 1000 subscribers, Tell them about yourself, what events do you practice, why do you want to be sponsored, why you love the company, and why you love making YouTube videos. Some people might think that the company doesn't want to waste their time reading sponsorship emails, but for the most part, the more effort you put into your application, the higher chances you have of being sponsored. It also helps out a bunch if you're already supporting the store before you apply to be a sponsor. For example, I know someone who always mentions SpeedCube Shop in the Instagram posts, and then they applied to get a Team SES sponsorship. However, they only had like a few hundred subscribers and didn't have enough followers to be offered a full sponsorship. However, since they put a lot of effort into their application, and because they already supported SpeedCube Shop in their posts, SpeedCube Shop was so nice that even though they didn't meet their requirements, they actually sent him a small package for free as a thank you for their support. Okay, that's a little bit off point, but I guess what I'm trying to say here is that don't rush your application. Put a lot of thought into your application, who knows, maybe write a few hundred words, and try supporting a store before being sponsored, which will probably increase your chances of being sponsored. Alright, so yeah, those are just my main tips, just be patient, write your application mail, and show support to the store before being sponsored. Anyways, best of luck to you guys, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much Cuberzz for also sharing your valuable thoughts. The last guest we have lined up for today is none other than GuardCube. GuardCube is a very good mega mixer from the US and is also on Team SpeedCube Shop. He also has a pretty cool YouTube channel, so yep, let's get on to hearing from him.
Hi, I'm GuardCube. I think the most important thing you can do to get sponsored is to be yourself and really show your personality as much as you can. You should be making videos that you want to make and videos that reflect who you are as a person instead of making clickbait videos that just try to get a lot of views. And although views are important for getting a sponsorship, making videos that you don't like solely for the purpose of gaining views isn't the way to go. By being yourself and making content that you genuinely want to make, you can really show your personality, and that's what companies are looking for when they sponsor people. Using myself as an example, I never really cared about how many views my videos were getting. I just made whatever videos I felt like making. For example, I've uploaded several videos of Megaminx example solves. I know that example solves aren't really going to get a lot of views, especially for a less popular event such as Megaminx. But given that it's one of my main events, those example solve videos reflect who I am and my personality, which is important for getting a sponsorship. In other words, your videos and your channel should represent you. I never even considered applying for a sponsorship, but SES reached out to me and offered one, so I accepted. And that just really shows, I guess, that you don't have to focus on getting a sponsorship to get a sponsorship, but you should instead focus on yourself and your personality.
So that's really all that it comes down to in the world of sponsorships. Once again, a huge thank you to GuardCube, Cuberzz and JavaCuber for featuring in this video. To everyone who's looking out for a sponsorship at this given point, good luck, and I really hope you get sponsored by your dream store. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something. Goodbye. Hey everyone, just before I end off this video, a big shout out to Numph1 for using my discount code at SpeedCube Shop. He ordered quite a bit of stuff actually, so I'll put it on the screen right now. Anyways, thank you so much for using my code. That's about it, and goodbye.